The key role of the SHA is to ensure that health improvement and health services are delivered to the best and highest standard possible across Kent, Surrey and Sussex. Well, in reality, the NHS is nothing without its people. It is nurses, therapists, doctors and support staff that deliver health improvement and services to the people of South East Coast. So it's essential that we develop these people, value them, ensure that they have the right skills and sustain the services for the future. The reconfiguration happened 18 months ago because there was a belief in the NHS and the Department of Health that PCTs needed to improve their commissioning skills, which are the core skills that they have. If that was to be, then there needed to be fewer of them, and if they were to take a bigger leadership role, which is what we all supported, then there needed to be fewer strategic health authorities. And that's what we've been driving through and what we've done in the last 18 months. Is reduce the number of health authorities and reduce the number of PCTs, but upskilling both sorts of organisations.
We set up the South East Coast Career Support Service as a result of the reorganisation of the local NHS in the South East Coast area. It essentially comprised three elements: a career CV critique, interview skills coaching and individual one-to-one coaching support. The coaching element of the staff support scheme proved to be particularly popular, and I think was the first time that many people had the experience of receiving sort of one-to-one coaching delivered in a very professional way. The experience and the evidence that we have from the staff who access the coaching is that they found it tremendously important and very valuable to them as well. Feedback has been overwhelmingly positive. Again, for both the coaches, they really valued being able to use their skills to help people in this way and to continue to develop their own skills. And for those being coached, just fantastic responses.
The particular benefits to the SHA were that we actually were able to develop across the whole South East Coast area a whole cohort of staff trained as coaches, and then we were able to ensure that people had local access in each area, whether in Kent or Sussex or in Surrey, to those individual coaches. Moreover, obviously by training our own in-house staff, this offered better value for money than perhaps using outside coaching firms on a continuous basis. The other thing I think over a period of time is that we certainly developed a kind of momentum around the coaching initiative, which brought with it its own kind of publicity and promotion.
The next steps for the internal coaching initiative for the NHS, we've moved out now of our period of reorganisation, so it doesn't quite have the same emphasis. So really for us, it's about really embedding coaching as a key tool for improving performance generally within the NHS in the South East Coast. We're in the process of establishing just who still is within our system with high levels of coaching qualifications, re-establishing contact with those individuals, putting on additional training for people who are interested in gaining coaching skills. So we're building up our pool of coaches. We are further improving the ways in which people who are coaches and people who want coaching can get in touch with each other, and we are working to really try and mainstream coaching as a key skill and technique, as I say, to really improving performance within the NHS locally.
I find that the coaching provided me a really good mixture of time and space to think about my career and my options, as well as some really practical help in order to get there. So it's easy to feel quite lost, especially during a period like reconfiguration. So I think coaching helped me to take control. At the end of each session, we agreed a number of actions or things that I might try out prior to the next session, and I found that very useful.
I had two one-to-one interviews with my coach, with email correspondence in between, picking up on a few of the queries that were raised during the sessions. That I could have had another interview, but that was the level of support that I felt was right for me. For me personally, the scheme was excellent. I benefited tremendously from it. It allowed me to decide what the priorities were in both my work life and my personal life at the time.
Well, I've been reflecting actually over the last 18 months on how the reconfiguration has gone. And I have to say I've been incredibly pleased with the whole process. I think we have a committed and dedicated staff force now who are absolutely willing and indeed completely enthusiastic to take forward the challenges for the future, and it is a very challenging time for the SHA. I think that this staff workforce is particularly committed because of the way that we actually treated them during the reconfiguration processes. So, for example, the way we engaged staff, the way that we committed to them, and the way that we supported them. We continue to do that and are hugely committed to that as a way of working in the future. And I'm very hopeful that the benefits that we've secured in the past 18 months can be actually trebled from now on.